G'day, welcome to another episode of Ozstar Adventures. I'm out this morning, been out for a fish, and I've had a couple of people ask questions about my quad, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to shoot up the beach here to another little spot, and I'll do a quick walk around to the quad and show you what it is and how I've set it up and why I've done certain things, and yeah, hope you enjoy. Alright, so this here is my 2012 Kawasaki KVF 360. So there's nothing special about the bike, just a little 360 4x4 quad. Carries my ass up the beach, does a good job of it, but I have set it up for myself for what I usually do here. So first thing you'll probably notice is the big crate on the front, just a big storage crate, but I've accessorized it with a couple of these old cray bait containers that I find on the beach up here, and then I've just taken the lids and I've put the lids on, and they become good trash storage areas. And it's surprising how much rubbish you find on the beach up here. So see in there's a can of UDL I've picked up this morning. People just throw them everywhere. I have got a bunch of things stuck onto like my knife here in the sheath, because I have had stuff fall off before. So I bought some of these little bungee cord things, and if it is ever to fall off, it should just hang there. Pain in the bum at times, but at least I know stuff isn't going anywhere. And then even inside the crate here, I've got a little slimline tackle bag. I found a nice rectangular bucket that fits in there beautifully, that just carries a bit of gear. This is my new drone bag. I'm going to get that up in a minute. But then I've got another one of those bait boxes in there, and in there I just got my lures and a pair of scissors and some other gear. Carry a bait board, cutting board in the back, because this mat, which is great for cutting fish up, it's no good for filleting fish. Sorry, it's good for filleting fish, but it's no good for taking the skin off and skinning them. So that's what that white cutting board's for. But this here big mat, you always need storage on the bike, and that gives me plenty of storage space. Same as these here, these two boards. I removed the wire rack that was originally here, and I put these two boards on there because these give me somewhere to sit the kids, sit an esky, pick up rubbish off the beach. I found a couple of big plastic bottles the other week, and a cray pot a couple of months ago, and just gives me somewhere for that. And then I removed the wire rack up the front here and put this board in here, because that gives me a space to put my beverages, but it also allows me a space to pull lures and whatever else when I'm looking for space. On the crate I've got my quad lock mount, which does a bloody awesome job, I've got to say. The sticky pad I was skeptical of, and I thought I'd be screwing it on, but it's held there really well so far. So, and then these two things up here, they're actually water filter clamps, but I use them, and I have a very large piece of PVC pipe that I use when I'm beach fishing, and I clip that into there so it's nice and secure. Now the reason why I've got the crate up in front of me is because I don't want anything to bounce out and fall out of the crate when it's behind me and me not see it and just keep on my way. So that's why I have all my stuff in the front of me and not in the back of me. So that's the reason for that. What else have I got here? Whilst I say the bike is nothing special, just a standard 360, I have put a big light bar on the front because the headlights are like candles in the wind. They are useless. I'm sure that they have a piece of wet string carrying the electricity to them. So I wired in a nice light bar there from BCF, and when I head up the beach up here at night now, it's like daytime. It's awesome. So that's why I've done that. A couple of rod holders here just out of PVC, always looking at ways of protecting my rods, so that's why I've got this rubber across the top and my reels, but I need to find something a little bit better. So if you do know of something that's going to stop my rods, because when you're moving they get thrashed around, hence why this one's got a little notch in it. So still, you can see there it's wearing the reel, which I don't really like, but I don't know anything better. So anyway, that is my quad setup. As I say, there's nothing special about the bike itself. I haven't gone for anything bigger because I have some restraints on being able to access the beach where I live here, and I have a very tight gap that I can get through, so that's why I haven't gone anything bigger. But also the 360, it does a really good job on the beach here. Soft sand, hard pack stuff it's awesome on, but the soft sand, it just eats it up, and even with my lard ass on it, it just does a great job. And I see no need to go up to the big 750s or 1000cc Can-Ams, and they're lovely bikes, don't get me wrong, but for me and my application, I just think they're overkill. So anyway, this is the bike. I want to do a couple of overnight camping trips on it, throw the swag on the back and esky and head up the beach for 10-15 k's and do a couple of overnight camps, and one day that may happen, who knows. But anyway, that's the bike. I'm going to send my drone up now and get some footage of it in the air, and maybe, if I can, me riding on it. But yeah, so if you've got any questions or anything you want to know, if you've got any suggestions on how to stop this, then let me know. Drop a comment for me. Hit that like button and subscribe button if you can be bothered. I'd appreciate it. But that's about it now. So what I might actually do is tie this video in with a video on my car and give you a show the car. I've had a couple of people make some comments about my car as well. So alright, that's it for me here at the beach. As I say, I'm going to get... Welcome back. Been home, washed the green machine, that's been put away. Now it's time for the car. Apart from the fact that the pole nearly fell out and hit me in the head. That's me 30-second warning, and I absolutely love it, and I love this car. So let me show you through it. Alright, welcome to the front of the car. We have full ARB bar work, including a Adventure Kings winch in there, which has never been used to save me, but I have used it to save other people on the beach. Full set of Nava Ultima spotlights. They are absolutely brilliant. They do have the daytime running light in them. I also have these steady bars on the side, which give a nice spread of light off to the side of the road and the tracks and everything, and absolutely love them. And they're also paired with a big steady light bar on the roof rack. Now, I always thought that too many lights and people with all these lights on the front was all wank and ridiculous, but it is just absolutely brilliant at night time with all the lights. So that's the front of the car, the protection, scrub rails down the side to some sliders, which have done an awesome job. Absolutely love it. It looks mint color coded. I have put some wrap on these here. I'm not sure if you can just see that. You probably see that mark there. That's actually where the wrap runs down around here to try and protect them a little bit. Bit of PPF on them, and across the front here, same as on this side. But apart from that, I think it looks mint. It is fully filthy dirty at the moment because I just come back from Perth, and next Wednesday I'm heading up to Kununurra. Under the bonnet, there's not a lot done under here. It's pretty stock. I do have a pre-filter there in the corner, and I do have a iTech lithium battery under the bonnet. It's been under the bonnet since I purchased this car at the end of 2022, and it has not missed a beat and is absolutely rock solid, running all of the lights. So K-on bracket with some MIDI fuses for all my spotlights and lights, and fridge and air compressor in the back of the car, but I'll show you those in a minute. Apart from that, the rest of this is bog stock standard. Stock airbox, stock turbos, stock injectors, stock intercooler, a whole lot. It's all stock. But that's the front of my car. Alright, she sits higher because underneath the car we have a Lovells 4-ton GVM upgrade kit with Black Hawk upper control arms, and then in the back I have also done a adjustable panhard rod from Road Safe up in there somewhere, so it keeps my rear diff in alignment with the front and makes it ride much better. She rides on Nitto Ridge Grappler 295/70 R18s, and they are just about 35s, a little bit under, but close enough to 35s on the ROH mags. So I don't know what offset they are. They were on the car when I bought it, but it gives me plenty of clearance, rides nicely, and I've never had any want or need for anything else. The Ridge Grapplers bag out nicely, even down at 10 psi. They are still really strong, and they have a real strong sidewall in them. So I'm running a set of 6 of those actually. There's a spare on the back of the car, and then there's also one in the shed. So that's suspension and underneath the vehicle. When we move around to the back, full Kmart twin tyre carrier. However, I have removed one of the tyres, and my nephew welded up this dual jerry can holder for me, all out of alley, and it still uses the original mounting brackets for the spare wheel. So if I need, I take that off and put my second spare wheel on. At the moment I don't need it, so I've got the twin jerrys on there, and they do have taps on the inside, so I can access the water that way. This side I have my crash pad rubbish bag, and mostly I actually use this for tins, aluminium cans, but at the moment it doesn't have any of them. It just has my little table, and I need to find a better way to store it and maneuver it, but my little table sits on there, gives me a little bit more surface space. Fire extinguisher inside the spare wheel, doesn't make contact out the back here, but it's always available in an emergency. So that's out this side. Coming around the passenger side, nothing over here really. My 270 awning which, as I already said, I absolutely love. I was down Esperance a couple of weeks ago, set this up. I have a wall, put that out, gave us good protection and shelter, kept the wind off us and kept us nice and warm at night, but gave us plenty of shade to sit under. It did get quite warm down there. The last thing on the outside of the vehicle, or second last thing, is the clear views. Awesome mirrors. Did have a set of the big Dumbo ears when I first bought the car, but they stopped working and completely folded in, so I went with these next gen compacts, and I've got to say I absolutely love them. I think they suit the car much nicer than the big Dumbo ears, but they are also nice and small, and they fold in quite flush against the car. On the bull bar, GME 3dB aerial. There is a big one in the shed, 6dB aerial, which I'll swap out when I head up to Kununurra, and then the big Safari R-Max snorkel out on the driver's side. Up on the roof, like I said, I've got the steady 42-inch light bar across the front. I also have a bunch of mounts and stuff, so I've got the Yakima shovel mounts here, because the shovel's going on obviously. I have side lights, they're steadies again, and then out the back on my rear lights, these are more steadies with a yellow cover. So I can run these ones independent, and the side ones independent of the car being running. But these ones I use mostly at night time to have a bit of light out the back of the car, but with the yellow covers it helps keep the bugs away. So then there's another side light up here as well. Up under there you can see the Max tracks, and they are held on with some K-on collapsible brackets. And as I say, they're only on because I'm heading up to Kununurra next Wednesday, so the Max tracks will be coming with us. Alright, we'll have a look in the back of the car. Now, you might have noticed there is also a full set of solar shades on the car. Every window, I have the full touring set across the front and then down all the other sides. And when we did the canning last year, we used them to screen the sun, and then one of the boys slept in the car on the back seat. We had a air mattress thing that goes on the back seat. Now the reason why I've got them up there is to show you that they actually work, because so I've just maybe 10 minutes ago thrown a temperature gauge in there. So this is what it is now, and I haven't picked it up properly because outside here it's 36, so it's quite a warm day, but in the car it's 31.6. So they make a big difference. That's 5 degrees. It makes a big difference. And when I first installed them, and I did the same thing with the temperature and everything, there was a 10-degree difference between inside the car and outside the car. So I absolutely highly recommend getting the solar screens. They are good. Yes, the suction cups could probably do with some modification or new ones or something, because they are starting to fall off, but they are absolutely fabulous. Now, I've been up here, showed you the Max tracks and the brackets. There's a bracket over the other side there, the black one. Homemade job out of 3mm stainless that I bent up at the old man's place. Just gives me the ability to run a strap through it, as well as a couple of hooks or carabiners to strap stuff to the roof rack. Welcome to the back of the car. So, twin ARB drawer setup with a 80-litre Adventure Kings fridge on the slide side. So I'll show you that in a sec. But at the back of the Adventure Kings fridge slide, there is this box, which is just really just a storage box that I fashioned up at home. Just keeps stuff in there. So at the moment there should be a plug kit, a little step because I'm a short ass, and a collapsible bucket in there. So that's generally just lives in there. Up against the cargo barrier there, that's all my recovery gear. So there's a snatch strap and winch extension strap and some soft shackles and whatnot that in that orange bag, and that orange bag is clipped to the cargo barrier. This bag here has my hoses for my air compressor, ARB twin compressor, and I've basically gone to Bunnings and bought some air hose and made myself a nice long air line, because the one that comes with the compressor I think is rubbish, but that twin compressor lives inside this panel here and can't get it off because of this, but it lives inside of that panel there. So there's my twin compressor and a tank as well, which is all plumbed out through here. Also on this side wing I have a Red Arc smart battery shunt, along with where all my power distribution comes in from outside, and fuses for the air compressor and whatnot. A pair of reef shoes as well, never know when you might need them, but they are coming up to Kamanara with me. Alright, down this side there is a cargo barrier, cargo screen out of some mesh, and in here generally I put all my little stuff. So I have some very small camping chairs, tables, that sort of stuff, so that all goes in here. The hoses here are for my jerry cans, so they just push on the bottom and get me water. The fridge slide, as you saw, pulls out, but in the front of it, in this organiser, this was made by my father-in-law. He's done an awesome job. Usually we have 4 cups in here. Up here there's some other bits and pieces, insect repellent, whatnot. These are those hardcore lights, awesome lights. First aid kit. There's usually a bottle of bourbon in here somewhere as well. And then just the 85 litre fridge. Nothing special. Personally, when I looked at them all, I couldn't justify the price of an Engel or a Bushman. And when you go and look at some reviews of these against the Bushman, they actually look exactly the same, except it's got Adventure Kings inside the door and the other one's got Bushman. Same compressors and everything. So I've had this one now for 2 years, I think it is, going on 2 years, and it's been absolutely fantastic. Left hand drawer, tool roll, jump starter, pegs, ropes, guides. Shovel always lives in the back. Breaker bar for doing my tyres. Doorstep. This has been awesome. Hulk. I got this from my sister for my birthday, and if you don't have one of these, do yourself a favour, get one. If you're a short ass like me, it makes getting into the car an absolute breeze, or up onto the roof I should say. So that's the passenger side drawer. Driver's side drawer has a stainless tabletop, and then this is my cooking and food side. So in here is my cooking bag, gas can bag, and thermocell is all in this bag here, and then fry pan. So this will be getting all loaded up soon with all the food and everything into this side for our trip away. So that's the back. It's easy to live out of. Everything's handy and all in its place. You've got the table when you want it. You slide it out. You've got access to all your cooking utensils. As I say, in here is everything I need to go away: salt, pepper, plates, knives, forks, tongs, burner, billy, the whole lot all lives in this clear top bag. I have about a dozen of these, maybe not a dozen, maybe 4 or 5, and I just use those. I fill them with what I need, and I fit them into the 2 drawers. You would have seen the drawers getting used quite a bit. In this table pocket I have all my straps, some tie down points for the roof, bungee straps. These straps here have been absolutely wicked. Great little invention, whoever made them, genius. And then on this side it's just the standard toolbox thing that comes with your cruiser. Alright, let me go pull some of the solar shades off the windows and I'll show you the inside. Alright, welcome to the interior of the 200, and it is basically bone stock standard. Haven't changed the head unit, haven't done anything crazy. I have a Scrub King bracket over here with a quad lock charging mount for the phone, and my GME XRS 370 radio. So they both sit up there. They don't get in the way of my hands, which some people have thought would be the case. It does vibrate a little bit on the tracks, but I'm gonna see what I can do about that and maybe pad the back of it. Dash mat, full set of super fit black denim seat covers. These things are the best seat cover that you'll have, and I think this is my third set because I put a set in a previous cruiser I had. I have a set in my town car and now this set in here. Absolutely love them. Kids can make a mess in the back. You vacuum it, they come up like new. You give them a wash, they come up like new. Absolutely sensational seat covers. The only other thing that it does have is these WeatherTech covers, floor mats, and these have been really good as well. Absolutely love these. You pick up the whole thing, bring it outside, empty it all out, good as gold. Again, full WeatherTech cover in the back, the black denim seat, super fit black denim seat covers in here, and then the only other addition is the seat organizer on that side, on the passenger side. I do have a roof bag that will probably not go in for this trip, and then I also have another bag that fits up onto here that was made by the father-in-law onto the cargo barrier, but that will probably not go in either, just because we don't need that storage for myself and one of my mates for our barra fishing trip up to Kununurra. So that's about it really. The only other thing really is that there's a self-I go in it that lives down under here. Control panel, so I can turn my side lights and rear lights on without needing the car on. USB point, which is in the back for the boys, and then self-I go to extend the range of Wi-Fi phone signal when we are out in the sticks. A couple of USB points here and a SIG socket down here. So, alright, so that's about it for the cars, for my adventure machines. So there was the green machine which I showed you up the beach, and now Snowy. If you've got any questions or if there's anything you really want to know, drop us a comment. Give us a like and a subscribe if you can be bothered. If not, it's all good. But until the next one, stay safe and cheers. Thanks for watching.